Bam, we're live. Early and live. Don't even have the headset on live. 5 minutes early live. Premium account on Twitter is required to create live broadcast. Oh, shit. We need a premium account. All right. I wonder if that's new. First things first, text Souza. Tell him we need a premium account. We need a premium account on Twitter to go live. Yo, Philip Kelly, what's up, buddy? This shirt, this shirt, was given to me by one of Sprague's buddies. It's too small. I got side boob hanging out on the side. Yes, I'm early. I figured if I'm gonna have the High Rocks champion on, I might as well have our champion also represent, right? Why is Daniel Brandon Fabian Guerrero? How are you, my friend? Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo está? Muy bien, muy bien. Y tu mama también. Why Danielle Brandon throwing shade at King Taylor? Tell me where. Your tan is great. Is my mic off? Is my mic on? Your tan is crazy. I know, right? It's pretty crazy. Is that a... What the fuck is that? I got a zit under my arm. Must be all that TRT. How do I get the shirt? I don't know. I don't know how you get it. When James won the games, one of his fucking friends was going nuts, berserk, and he was a cool dude, and he just said, "Hey, you want the shirt?" I said, "Fuck yeah, fuck yeah." Danielle's Instagram. Okay, let's go over to the hottest chick in CrossFit, the woman with the most sex appeal in our space. Wow, 800,000 followers. Holy shit, she's killing it. I wonder if Danielle would come on my show. Let me see. Let me see. Damn. Kaboom. Okay. Isn't it sad when the only way people get attention is when they bring down other companies? Oh, maybe is that shade at her own company, Rad? Is she making fun of Rad for going after Tier? Maybe that. Did she break up with Rad? Is that what that is? What the fuck? Anyway, let's see what else. If the shoe fits, wear it. Jesus, look at the heels on those shoes. And damn, her body's crazy. Excuse me, Coach L. Oh, God's plan. Looks good to me. Look at Taylor's story. Okay. Let's look at Taylor's story. How do I do that? I leave Danielle's story and I go to Taylor self. Holy shit, 13,000 followers. Okay. And then I played Taylor's story. Why do you do CrossFit? Why do you coach it? Not that one. Nobody's doing this? Of course. Okay. 2 tickets to Rogue Invitational for 400. Okay. Bill Gates ordered to stand trial in Netherlands in November over COVID vaccine injury claims. Good. Fuck that dude. Milde Kamala. I don't know what this is. Looks like Joey Pereira. Some girl with a nice finger. Complete track workout 2. Victim 2. Compete workout 2. Post Daniel Brandon snatches. Oh, dumbbell snatches.
News with Heat 1 Up.
Oh, Pedro has a new Heat 1. Oh, I gotta watch that. Oh shit. Do it or no balls. Fuck Rad. I like their shoes until your pipe bomb. Haha, freaking so fit. Also, I was going to buy shoes from Rad on the next drop. Not now. Shots fired. The amount of people that message me saying they don't want to buy Rad Globals after hearing about shit business practices is long, and I am a nobody. Shots fired. Daniel Brandon, stop with the mirror selfie sub. What's a subtweet? Subtweet? at them, you dork. Oh.
You're mean.
Oh. Taylor's mean? And that's so cute that they're fighting a little bit. That's sweet. An unarmed man can only flee from evil, and evil is not overcome by fleeing from it. We traded Tulsi. We traded fucking Tulsi Gabbard for Liz Cheney. What's up, dude?
Hey, Bo. How you going?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for having me.
You got the note on what shirt to wear. Sleeveless shirts only on the show. That's awesome.
Yeah, promo. How are you, Savan?
Fucking a little mini god in my own mind.
Yeah, of course you are.
Subject,
so am I.
James Kelly.
Now, on the record, that's definitely something that you decided to pop on the clickbait for the video, mate.
Hold on, I'm checking my text from you. You said, "Hi, I'm James Kelly. I beat the fuck out of that washed-up guy, Hunter McIntyre." I'm reading it verbatim right here. What
that's exactly what I said.
I knew. Exactly I'm waiting for Hunter to text me. We've had some. We have a very sensitive. We have a very close friendship.
You do, yeah. I've heard you guys do.
And so sometimes it gets a little sensitive around my representation of him. I was wondering if that was going to ruffle any feathers, but you did beat him, right?
What do you mean? Like it's sensitive? What do you mean?
We're very close, so we're emotionally connected. So you know, like you are with your girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like your girlfriend, like if she's in a bad mood, you could end up being in a bad mood, and you don't even know why because you're emotionally connected. I'm very emotionally connected to him. So if he's riled up, that could fuck my day up.
Right. So you guys both have to be on good terms with yourselves before you talk. Is that what you're saying?
No, but to make it through my day, every single day when I wake up, I'm like, "Honey, are you good with me?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you love me?" She said, "Yeah." And then I text Hunter the same thing. Sometimes I just put them on speakerphone and say it to both. I just call them honey, and they think I'm talking to both of them. Don't tell them I said that.
Yeah. I get that. I get that with my girlfriend though, Savan.
He's been on my show a lot. He's a good friend. He doesn't he has been very generous with his time to me. But I don't think you did beat him, and I don't think he would care. He loves a good rivalry. He just doesn't want him. He just doesn't want me to disparage him.
No, yeah, of course, mate. He's an absolute animal, and he's done a lot for Hyrox. I'll give him that. He's done a lot for Hyrox, but yeah, no, he's a good lad. Do you guys live close to each other or?
Not really. He lives in Malibu. I'm in. We're both on the west coast of the United States.
Yeah.
The North American continent. We're both in California. He is. I'm about 300 miles north of him, just right up the coast. We live basically on the same distance from the coast. We're both on the coast, but he's in Malibu. He's in a really swanky spot.
Man, America's so big. I'm obviously from Australia, and I'm in Australia right now. And we're I don't know how smaller we are compared to you guys, but you guys are just massive. I didn't realize, like Chicago, right? I was in Chicago last year. Chicago's like how many hours from California?
I think by plane it's like four hours.
No, by foot.
Yeah, by foot. You know, it's a good run. It's a few marathons, back-to-back marathons.
That's massive country, mate.
But James, Australia is huge too. But you guys are you have fewer people, and so they're kind of closer together.
Yeah. Have you been down under?
Only once.
Yeah, for CrossFit or?
I was there with Greg, so I assume it was for CrossFit.
Yeah.
I was in New Zealand, and then we passed through Australia for a minute. Yeah. Great place.
We just had the CrossFit, the Down Under Championship on the weekend, actually. I don't know how it went down in Wollongong. I'm pretty sure Matt Fraser came over to be, I think he programmed for the Down Under Championship. So
yeah, I heard him and his posse were there.
Yeah.
Vibe is weird at the outset with Mr. Kelly. All right, we'll fix that.
Sorry, curious.
Oh, it should say "By Curious."
Oh, by curious.
By Curious. Hey, so did you beat Hunter in a competition? You guys were in the same competition and you won.
I came third, and he came fifth. So, I did beat him. Either of us did not win.
And how much time did you beat him by? Do you know?
I think it was about 2 minutes. I think it was about 2 minutes. Yeah.
That's
And
enough
that was
time to make a shaker bottle. That's enough time to make a shaker bottle.
Yeah. I mean, mate, like, I don't know how much you know about high rocks, but 2 minutes in our field, like the elite field, is a substantial amount of time. But as you are probably aware, Hunter wasn't on his game at all at the world champs for reasons only he knows. So, but yeah, no, he's yet to race again this year. I know he did doubles the other day, but he's yet to race singles. So that'll be exciting for when he comes back.
I had him on the show, and I'm paraphrasing, but in a nutshell, he just basically said he fucked up his training. He overpeaked. He thought, he went longer, harder, faster, more, and then fell off the cliff. And I think he actually did some this isn't a very good word to use, but some damage to himself by doing that.
Yeah.
So he's kind of in some sort of basically in recovery, neurological, metabolic, just all the systems. He's just trying to reboot his whole system. I think he didn't, my words, not his, but from talking to him, I think he freaked himself out a little bit.
Yeah. And that's what I heard as well. But I'll be honest with you, not that I know like exactly how he trains, but I think the way Hunter trains is, I'll be honest with you, the way he trains, I don't think I could be able to train. He peaks very highly, let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Whereas I think a lot of us other high rocks athletes, I can only talk for myself, but I don't necessarily think that I have as much of a peak as much as he could potentially have. But yeah, he's going to come back firing this year. I don't know when that will be, but I've no doubt he'll come back with a vengeance.
Well, James, what do you mean by that? You mean that like let's say a peak is let's say there is like some singular point that's peak, and what you're saying is he took a risk to get so close to that singular point that maybe other guys aren't willing to take. They'll get close to it to play it safe and show up there and hope that they're maybe there, but that they might be 1 or 2 steps away from it. And you think he tried to go time it so fucking perfect that he fell off the edge?
Maybe, like, yeah, that in terms of the peak, right? But also the way I kind of train with my coach and how I kind of go about it is that I don't feel as if I have to peak so tight, if that makes sense, because my foundation is high in the first place. And I'm not saying his isn't, because his cardiovascular and foundational fitness is there, but everyone's different when it comes to training for high rocks, because there's no one way, one style suits all still. And the way he does and the way a couple of others do that I know of, they try to peak really highly and then kind of like, as soon as you peak, you have to come down. You have to come down, because you can't stay up there for that long. And I think that's what he did wrong. Like, I've heard, I think he peaked too early, tried to stay up there for too long, and then he came crashing down, which was the result of the world champs. But it's interesting, mate, because we're still trying to work out the best way to train for this sport, and everyone is kind of doing it on their own in a way. Have you been to a high rocks event, Savant?
No,
not yet.
It's the same as going to a Murph event, pretty much. That in my head. You know what I mean? It's just a Murph event. It's a Murph event. Like a lot, kind of, you do a Murph event at your gym, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry shows up, and you know what I mean, and their moms and dads, and I'm just like, all right, it's Murph.
I said this to Mr. Hiller, Mr. Andrew Hiller.
Yeah.
You guys will have a different respect for it once you see it live. Guaranteed.
Sure.
I'd put my house on it, mate, because the way Hyrox kind of facilitates the whole day, not just us elite, but for everyone that's competing. It's something that I've never seen before.
You're talking about the logistics of it?
Talking about the logistics, yeah, but I'm just talking about the actual event itself and how it's run, and also how they make people feel special by competing in it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So, yeah, you'll have to get out and have a look at one.
They've been very generous in the past. They invited me. I can't. The founder was on the show. I can't remember his name. It was over a year ago. He was very generous. He offered to bring me out to, I think, an event in Germany a couple years ago. I just so don't want to leave home. I really wanted to do it, but I have 3 little boys, and I just never want to leave home. And just to be clear, I don't think the vibe there. You're right. I have no idea what that is. But just to be clear, I don't think anyone in the CrossFit space, or anyone who does, like, there's no one who sincerely thinks anything bad about Hyrox in the CrossFit space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no one, like, people know that it's a fantastic expression of fitness. The fun we poke at it is just all fun. No one's like, do you know what I mean? No one's like, it's not like French guys. We really do think they're pussies, right? That we're not just poking fun. We just think that the French are pussies. But Hyrox, like, we don't. We know that we're like, you have great ambassadors in the sport. CrossFitters go over there and do it. Everyone in the fucking fitness space respects the fuck out of Hunter, of course. Even his greatest haters respect him. They're like, I mean, he's something special. Everyone knows.
Yeah. And I think, like, obviously I'm biased, Savan, but I think over time that's going to continue, because I see Hyrox still continuing to grow as much as it has the last 2 or 3 years, but also from, like, the weekend warrior perspective and the elite perspective, like, we're getting a lot more recognition and sponsors and stuff like that now. So well, obviously I'm hoping that continues as well.
It's also, a lot of CrossFitters are looking at a place to express their fitness, right? They put all this time into training, and they're looking for places to test themselves, whether it be powerlifting meets, Olympic lifting meets, Hyrox competitions, marathons, half marathons, just all sorts of shit. They're just looking for places to. I mean, there was Spartan Race, and there was Tough Mudder. There was this thing called Agnon or Cragnar, or there was something else. And CrossFitters are just looking for places to test themselves. And Hyrox obviously is the closest thing. I mean, it is. Do you think? Well, let me ask you this before I know you're trying to get me off the subject. You have the second fastest time in the history of Hyrox races. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
It goes Hunter and then James Kelly.
Yeah.
And then then Hunter hadn't lost in a long time. And then this last race, a couple people beat him, and you were one of them.
Yes. Correct.
And And how close were you to winning the whole thing?
I was 40 seconds. 40
man.
seconds. Yeah.
What's the last event? Is the last event a run?
The wall balls.
So it's wall balls and then over.
Yep.
Is there a finish line, or your last wall ball is your final point?
No. Sorry. Good question. No, 100 wall balls, your 100th wall ball, then you have to probably run 10 meters to over the finish line.
And how long does it take to do 100 wall balls in that final set?
Interesting, Savan. I normally take between 3:40 and 4 minutes.
Okay.
To do that 100 wall balls. The guy that ended up winning, Alex Ronkovic, the world champion now, he actually beat me in the first major of the Elite 15 series this year, 2 weeks ago in Amsterdam. He beat me by 20 seconds on in Amsterdam, and that was probably, if you think about it, that was probably 10 wobbles. So he beat me in Nice at the Worlds by about 40 seconds. Sorry, I'm pretty sure it is 40 seconds, and then 2 weeks ago he beat me again by 20 seconds. So yeah, it can pretty much come down to 10 wobbles.
So when you get to the wall balls and he's there, you're like, fuck.
I'll be honest with you. He's been able to develop his warbles to warbles in high rocks at the end of the race. He can do unbroken warbles, and he's done that 3 or 4 times now in a race. I haven't been able to do that. So it's just something, and there's something I'm working on with my coach, to be able to be compromised like so much in training to then get after it, try to do 100 unbroken. So yes, he is he's the man to not want to see when it comes to the warbles at the end.
Did you get to the wall balls before him in Amsterdam?
No, I was probably like 5 seconds or 10, maybe 10 seconds after him. But it's interesting, just on that, like, to be a bit more specific, if you see how he warbles, he's got a very I've got a faster cadence than him. He's kind of like a little bit slower, but he just hangs on to the ball like for some reason. If it was 200 warbles, he'd probably be able to do 200 unbroken. He just bloody doesn't drop it. So I was actually neck and neck with him for a little bit, but I wasn't able to hold on to that ball. So yeah, it'll be interesting because we've got another major race in 4 weeks' time in Hong Kong. So he'll be there. I'll be there.
So you're on the circuit.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Was Hunter ever on the circuit, or did he just show up for the World Championship?
Yeah, like he's got the option to be on the circuit, but he chose not to race in Amsterdam, and I'm not sure if he's racing in Hong Kong or not. I've heard that he's not, but Hyrox have created this Elite 15 series now, it's a season. We've got 4 major races, circuit, as you said, to allow you to try to get your qualification for the World Championship, and yeah, like Hunter's got an auto qualification, as do 4-5 others of us. So yeah, so we're in Hong Kong in 5 weeks' time.
And do you have Amsterdam, Netherlands? That's one you mentioned. Then Hong Kong, and then if they're not at war in 2 weeks, and Las Vegas, and then
Vegas,
and then Glasgow. And you're saying that because of his placing as a previous champion, he can just show up. Where are the World Championships next year?
In Chicago in June.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Could you just show up too? Do you have enough accolades to just show up, or do you have to do this series?
Do.
You do.
I personally do, because I was auto qualified through placing 3rd at the Worlds last year, and then also not only that, but I've already qualified for the World Champs now due to coming 2nd in Amsterdam. So myself, Alex Ronkovic, who we've been talking about, obviously won. He cemented his spot, and then another American lad called Rylan Shadeg secured a spot for World. So yeah, man. So
James, I have great news for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone just solved your wall ball issue. Here you go. You should only train with a 30-pound wall ball. There you go.
Interesting. Yeah. I've got a 30-pound wall ball, and I bloody hate the thing. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, mate. It's funny because I've done. Sorry, I can't remember. Is it Helen 150 wall balls unbroken, or 150 wall balls for time?
No.
Is that Helen?
No. It's
Karen.
like Karen. Yes.
Karen.
Yeah. Or as you probably say in your country, Karen.
Caught it.
Karen. Do you say Karen or Karen?
Karen.
Karen. Okay, that's how you say it. Okay, yeah, Karen. Okay, so you've done Karen.
Done Karen. And no, sorry, I haven't done that unbroken. I've done 130, mentally dropped it. And when I say mentally dropped it, hindsight's a beautiful thing, isn't it? You're like, you drop it and you go, God damn it, like I could have kept going. But yeah, I'm sure that there's a lot of us elite 15ers that can do that unbroken. Like, but yeah, it's only a 20 pounder, so I do a lot of training that is with the 30 pounder. Oh.
Hi, sweetheart. James, when you were in Amsterdam, when did you put the ball down?
67, I'm pretty sure.
And do you feel it coming on? Do you know at 64 you're like, fuck, it's coming?
Funny, Savannah. I said this to my coach and my girlfriend. Like, as soon as I jumped on the ball, that's jumping on the ball. As soon as I started the wall balls, right?
Yeah.
Within 5 reps, I knew that this was going to be a taxing time. I knew it wasn't going to be like a unbroken set. So, got to 60. I think it was 67. Managed to get to 67 and then scrape through the rest. So, yeah,
James,
it's a bit of a
There's something that probably high rocks athletes do that CrossFit athletes don't do. Have you ever had a commute like that's like I used to drive between Santa Barbara and San Francisco. You know, one time when I was slinging weed, I did it like 22 weekends in a row, bringing weed back and forth from the Bay Area to my college town. And you start breaking the trip up. You see a tree, you see a certain exit, you start breaking the trip up. You know where to get coffee. Since you've done this so many times, is it like just a story in your head? Are you like, okay, I'm at 52 wall balls. Okay, I'm in the clear. Or you always have the same thought at 7 wall balls. That's like at 7, you're like, fuck, I'm not going to be able to do this. Are you seeing reoccurring patterns?
Nah, not
No?
for me, because my training is very much just aligned with like just training for overall fitness as opposed to high rocks. So if someone walked into the gym that I train at,
What's the name of that gym? What's the name of that gym?
Impact Strength and Conditioning.
Okay.
On the Sunshine Coast of Queensland in Australia. But if even like yourself, if you walked into my gym, like sometimes you'd walk in and go, oh, he looks like he's training for CrossFit. There's a lot of CrossFit components to my training. I wouldn't say I train like a CrossFitter because there's no like skills and lack of like gymnastic stuff. But going back to your question, I'd never, because every race is different to me and the feeling of every race is different. And I think that's to do with the variation, the varied training that I have. I don't know if everyone's the same, because I think the way I train is slightly different, but yeah.
Do you cross the finish line and collapse on the ground, or do you cross the finish line like fucking pumping your fist in the air?
Neither. I've got this thing in my head. I'll be honest with you. I never collapse on the ground. It's just this thing that I just never, ever have enjoyed seeing and also doing myself. But I never go like this either. I'm not prancing around either.
You're never just like burning off extra steam or so fucking pumped or on a high. Like you'll see that in CrossFit, right? You'll see like the guy who wins come across and fucking wail. You know what I mean? Like a chimpanzee fucking its mate doggy style, just going fucking bonkers, just burning off steam. And then everyone who finishes after him collapsing on the ground. And so the guy who won, he's probably also just as tired, but he's got, you know, that that endorphin rush from just winning.
Yeah, but also, like, is that from the endorphin rush, or is that him? Is that his character? Is that his persona coming out more than the actual win?
I don't know. Most of the time, I don't think it's actually showmanship. I think it's like more primal than that.
Right. Yeah.
But what do I know? I mean, I that's a good question. I should probably start asking him that. I just feel like when I see the guys cross the finish line and they have energy left over that they're blowing off, I just picture it as kind of like a tea kettle, right? Blowing off steam.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But
not so much bravado, not so much like poor sportsmanship. I just see it as like, hey, they're just like, you know.
Yeah. It's an interesting, like, here's another thing that's kind of very similar. Oh, it's kind of not, actually, if I think about it, but us males race, the Elite 15 males race.
Yeah.
And we finish, and we're pretty kind of like respectful, and we shake hands, and, you know, we wish each other luck beforehand and then afterwards and whatnot. The women go, and for some reason, like, and I'm not criticizing either sexes here, but the women, when they finish, they go down and actually cheer on the last competitors finishing off their wobbles.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting how I personally would never, well, one, I probably would never want that happen to me. But also I probably wouldn't go down and cheer on the bloke that's coming 10th or the 11th or 15th, right? But it's just interesting how some, like, the women obviously do that, and then we don't. Us, I don't know why. It's just the men have never wanted to, or I don't know. But there's not much like proper. Oh, I don't want to use the word ego. Like, yeah, there's ego. Like, there's always ego in the sport, but most of us lads that race in the Elite 15 are pretty well. We respect each other and try to respect each other, whether it is before the race or after the race.
You know, CrossFit, when the seminars first started up, 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, those first like 13 years, the culture was disseminated in the training program. So you would go do your 2-day seminar and they would disseminate the culture in the program. And so, and there's a very strong culture in it, you know, it's like cheering other people on, being happy for people's achievements, all of that stuff. And then as the sport grew, the athletes, because before it was just people in your local gym who would make it to the game, so they would bring that culture there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then as people got more focused on just winning the games and not so much being a part of some sort of like community, the culture, it's not as strong at the highest level anymore. Because those people weren't ever entrenched in like opening their own gym or training at an affiliate or those type of things. So our culture has gone through a shift. I don't think High Rocks is probably, their culture is probably not. Well, maybe I'm guessing. Well, you're saying it's a really fun event, that it's got a really good vibe when you're there. I guess that culture for High Rocks is kind of at the event, or it's taught at the event. Right.
Yeah, but are you saying that kind of has diminished over time with CrossFit due to the fact that people are just more hungry about their own achievements and doesn't care about anyone else's? Is that what you're saying? Because
maybe maybe I haven't thought about it that deeply. I mean, I'm sure on some level, but also it's just like it's become more like, so some people think of CrossFit as a sport. I don't think of the people who go to CrossFit gyms. I think of it as a lifestyle protocol for people who want to take personal accountability and responsibility for their well-being. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a group of people who are capable, like if there's a fire, you want to be around those people because they could help you grab your children and get them out of the building. And those are the people who aren't going to consume the resources at your fucking local hospital. And you know what I mean? I just see it I see it more as a culture, a lifestyle protocol that optimizes the human genome, right? Eat like this, practice like this, move like this, and your body will express itself in the way it's supposed to. And you get surprised every morning when you get up naked out of bed and look in the mirror by how that expresses. And then, of course, there became prize money. Some people were like, they didn't get that part. I think what I described is the vast majority of people who do CrossFit, 99%. And then there's this 1% that is that's forgotten that. But then there's some people who still have both. You know what I mean? The Panchek brothers, Spencer and Saxon, they still know both. Taylor Self, he still knows both. You know what I mean? But it's but there's these training camps now, and there's kids who just started in a training camp, and they've always been in a training camp, and so they don't really know they don't live the culture. Even if they know it, they're faking it. And I don't mean that in any negative connotation. It just is the evolution.
Yeah, and like
just like High Rocks. Sorry, one final thing. Just like High Rocks, there's 3,500 people. There's 1,500. I'm making this up, but there's 1,500 people there who at some point maybe want to be elite and win it. But 3,500 people are there because their entire CrossFit gym came, or they came with they run a race every year with their mom and their dad and their brothers. That's the vast majority of your cohort, right?
Exactly. And I reckon what you're saying there is right. Like CrossFit as a lifestyle, as a methodology, has created, like, just in general, just like healthier human beings, right? And I personally think High Rocks has kind of got that not mentality, but High Rocks have started to create that lifestyle. I don't know, choices like you probably see it, Savan, online, like so many people have a High Rocks, I don't know, something in their bio or as their display photo now, and it's created this like whole, not just the race itself that they've got coming up. It's you're a High Rocks athlete. You're a High. It's living that High Rocks lifestyle now. So yeah, like I agree with you. It'll be interesting, mate. And I don't know, like CrossFit as you said, as a methodology and as a lifestyle, man, that'll never die. Like it's always going to be there, whether it is called CrossFit or not. It doesn't matter. But then obviously as we know, like CrossFit Games and the actual elite side of things, like who knows, right? Yeah.
Is High Rocks still owned by just one guy?
I don't know. I've heard that some company has bought it out or is going to buy it out. But I can't, I just don't know. There's rumors of that.
When I had the owner on, I think he told me he was building it to hopefully sell it. Like he was building it and hopefully sell it. That'll be interesting to see how that affects. Hopefully it has a better effect on High Rocks than it did on CrossFit.
Yeah, like so you had Christian, was it Christian
I think it's a German guy, he's a car collector. Yep. He's got a couple kids, gray-haired guy, very well spoken.
Yeah. Good dude.
Socialist.
Yeah. He's the founder. Yeah. So, it'll be interesting to see if he ends up selling or whoever ends up taking over. But like, you guys still don't know what's going on with the CrossFit Games, do you? Like, nothing has come out. Games, right?
I mean, we know that there's going to be an open. We know that there's going to be a games. There's tons of rumors. I suspect. I have my hopes and aspirations that that the leadership of the company will not take the influence of the professional CrossFitters seriously. That they'll just, I have no interest in what they think, other than like, I have no interest in what they think about for the future of CrossFit. Like zero, none. Like I see them as an accoutrement. You know what I mean? Like garnish on the plate. And I think it's nice having garnish, and I think it's nice having them, and it's great. But their input on the future of CrossFit like interests me like little to none. I want them to shut the fuck up and train or open a gym or something like that. Me personally.
So what's going to happen if CrossFit come out and go no changes to their what was it, like four rules or four things moving forward, and then
you mean like the demands the professional athletes?
And then these guys end up going, well, we're not, like, do you personally think they'll end up competing?
Yes.
So
Of
they'll
course.
still compete.
Of course they will. They have no
Other option.
no, it's not that they have no option. They don't have it. Most of them don't have any values in the first place. They're just twitching and people of the popular. You know what I mean? I would, when I mean most, let me say 50% of them have no values and no, like, everything that they said was bullshit anyway. They're just, it sucks what happened. I don't mean to discredit the emotion and how hard it was for them, but like the guy, one of the guys they're asking to step down, he fucking started this thing and was never paid for fucking doing the games, ever.
Yeah.
He was head of the training department and he ran the games for fucking 18 years on his own. He started in his backyard at his house, and it's like, their character at that moment should have been to rally behind him and CrossFit and the affiliates, and instead they fucking wham.
The other way.
That's my perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I understand that that's a knee-jerk reaction. I get that, but it's fucking despicable.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. But yeah,
has anyone died in a High Rocks event? Like had a heart attack or a stroke or a?
No, mate. Touch wood. Like no. And I know for a fact, that there's. Oh, no, sorry. What I was about to say doesn't necessarily mean that CrossFit and the CrossFit Games weren't on top of health and safety and whatever. But I know that High Rocks, every event, like they go over like everything, triple, quadruple the amount of times just to make sure that like everything's kind of in place. But at the end of the day, like, who knows if how can I put it, like, whether or not you've got the best health and safety protocols for something that is not meant to happening, something could still happen, right? Because that a person could be not fit enough or not equipped enough to do a High Rocks or to do a CrossFit Games or to do this and that, and then as a result of something bad happening, CrossFit, High Rocks, triathlon gets a bloody slammed, because something bad happens. But look, like, that's, yeah.
2 guys died in triathlon in Spain, in the Triathlon World Championships in Spain last week or the week before. Yeah.
I know, yeah. I heard that. All right, like,
not one, but 2. And yeah, so
yeah. I mean, yeah. There's a part of me that, like, I heard this from I think it was Rich. I think it was one of your podcasts with Rich, like, recently, actually, and he pretty much said, like, even like subconsciously you don't think about it going out on the floor and going out to compete, but if you think about it, what we're doing as professional athletes, there is always a smidgen of opportunity, but there's a small percentage that something might happen health-wise, like risk-wise, like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Rich was the one that said, like, you're pretty much going out there to put your heart and soul on the line. So you're pretty much going out there to pretty much have a percentage of something bad happening. But yeah, I don't know.
July 24th,
here's me, like, talking about it when
July 24th, 2024, Australia's surfer's leg washes up after shark attack. I just Googled Australia shark attack. Yeah, just a couple months ago, surfer had his fucking leg bit off in your country.
Whereabouts? Sorry, we shouldn't laugh, but whereabouts in Australia?
The severed leg of a surfer who was attacked by a shark has washed up on an Australian beach, with doctors now racing to see if it can be reattached. Kai McKenzie, 23, was suffering near Port Macquarie in New South Wales on
Port
Tuesday
Macquarie, yeah.
when a great white shark, 10 feet in size, bit him. Hey, dude, my kid, so we had the largest number of sightings of 12-foot great white sharks off the coast of my house this summer. My kids were out there surfing every day. It was there were 48 babies. Yeah, 10 feet small for a great white.
Yeah, but man, we get some hefty ones. Yeah, everyone asks about our sharks and our crocodiles, and yeah,
they're gonna well, that would be crazy if it washed ashore and they reattached it.
Yeah, but yeah.
The first recorded fatal shark attack in Australia was 1791.
There you go.
She was bit in half. It was a female. It says injury, bitten in two. Shit. Let me see. Let me go down to the end here and see how bad it is. Oh, it's split up by territories. My God. Well, yeah, you go in the water. Yeah, so there you go. Surfing. Surfing's dangerous as fuck.
Yeah. You guys have alligators, don't you?
Not in my part of the country, but down there in the south where the dirty French live. Yeah, that is.
You're right.
That's correct.
See, Nick Bear is doing High Rocks Dallas in a couple of weeks. It'll be interesting to see how he goes.
He's a big dude, right? That's the supplement guy.
That's the supplement guy, yeah. Big guy, yeah.
Hey, are you too lean? You look pretty lean on your Instagram. Are you too lean? Do you ever think, oh shit, I need to put on 5 pounds?
No. To answer your question, no. I want to make sure I run fast, and right now I'm running fast, so yeah.
How tall are you?
There's my girlfriend. There's my girlfriend, Savant.
Yeah.
Georgie
You
Wesley.
ever gonna ask her to take that nose ring out?
No. I love the nose ring, mate. It brings it brings a bit of substance to her.
Did she have it when you started dating her?
Yeah. Yep.
So she's always had it.
Absolutely. Yep. She's always had it.
How tall are you?
5'11", but on a good day, 6 foot.
Yeah, fuck. So you're tall. And how much do you weigh?
I'm not tall at all, mate.
5'11"? 5'11"'s not tall?
5'11"'s not tall.
Well, for me it is. I'm 5'5".
You're not. Are you? Wow. I thought you were taller than that.
On a good day, I'm 5'5". I look tall sitting down.
I weigh 80 to 81 kilos. So what's that? 176 pound, I think.
Yeah, man, you're a fucking lean, mean fighting machine. You're ready to fight. You got fighting weight.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think I could put on a couple of kilos or a couple of pounds at least, but I've always ran really strongly when I'm about 79 to 80 kilos. So that's the most important thing for me to make sure I'm running well.
What's crazy is you've only been doing High Rocks 2 years, but happy anniversary, by the way. Like October 12th or something was your 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah,
where'd you hear that?
You know, just people tell me stuff.
Yeah. So 2 years. Yeah.
Congratulations. Why did you start?
I was playing Aussie rules football. Have you seen Aussie rules football?
I have.
Yeah, I was playing that for all my life beforehand, and I was a personal trainer, and I loved fitness, and I just stumbled across, and I'll give him credit for this. I stumbled across High Rocks through Hunter. I just used to love watching Hunter on YouTube. Stumbled across it and just went over to London and gave it a crack. That's what I used to play. Yeah.
God damn.
It's brutal, mate. Like, this is like elite level, like professionals. I never played professional. But we used to run like 10, 15 kilometers a game. So it's pretty crazy.
What's the most you've ever weighed, James?
85 after a big like Kentucky tour in America. Actually, I was on the drink for 3 weeks, so I put on like 5 kilos.
187, so that's only 11 pounds more. Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you?
I've never.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I've never wanted to be big. Like I've never had that. Like you know how like a lot of like males, like as we grow up, we get to the gym and want to put on muscle and stuff. I've never felt like that. I've always wanted to be lean and mean to run well.
Me too. I wanted to be like Bruce Lee.
Yeah, man.
I wanted to be skinny as shit, or like Brad Pitt and Troy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fit to me. Like that's
Yeah.
that's like, yeah. So yeah, no, stumbled across High Rocks through Hunter, went over and did my first one, and that was 2 years ago, and kind of the rest is history so far.
What was your first time ever?
My first time ever was 59.53.
Oh shit!
And like I'll be I'm proud to say I'm the first like athlete on debut to go under 60.
Yeah.
And I was so naive, to be completely honest. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I just went over and had a crack and did well. And now I've been able to shave that down by 6 minutes. Yeah.
Hey, when you did that 59, did you start with elite guys or did you start with just the fucking regular Joes?
No, I started in the pro category. Yeah. Yeah.
And how many dudes are at the starting line for that?
There was probably like 30 in my wave. Yeah. Yeah.
And when you ran recently in Amsterdam, how many dudes are at the starting line?
15.
And how do you guys decide where each of you are going to stand? Is it a tussle?
No, it could be, because there's no right to the right, like the start line. It's just first come, first serve. But as I said, like everyone kind of respects themselves. So, respects each other. And like, think about it. There's only 15 of us. So there's probably like 3 rows of 5, you know? But yeah.
And you have chips.
Yep.
So wait a second. So you guys aren't all on the same starting line at the same time? You guys are staggered behind each other?
Yeah, but staggered like a meter, right? So like, yeah, there's a little stagger. 3, 2, 1, go. We all take off, and the guys like, well, I was in the first start or the first kind of line. The guys are rolling behind me straight off. So it doesn't really matter, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a trip. Is there any advantage to being in the back, because when you cross the starting line, you're already moving, like a rolling start?
Well, here's the thing, right? It depends on you. Like, it depends on your tactics of your own race. And like a lot of people that don't know High Rocks or aren't into the elite kind of system, like everyone in the elite have their own like strengths and weaknesses. So depends on who you are. But for me personally, like I always want to be at, like, I'm not going to give even a meter away. You know what I mean?
So do you make sure you get in that first wave, and that are you at the starting line when you start?
Yeah. And look, I don't want to sound cocky here, but like I make sure now, because of what I've done recently, right? Like, I make sure that I'm there and I'm not giving an inch away, because there's no point. But as I just said, everyone's different, man. Like, I know for a fact the guy that came third in Amsterdam, like there was a few races back like last year where he decided to have like 20 seconds after the 3, 2, 1 goes off. He literally just stood there and gave us all 20 seconds just not to be in the kind of hustle and bustle of the first like couple of 100 meters. So everyone's different, right?
How did that work out for him? Hey, that means theoretically he could win the race, but someone could finish ahead of him.
Well, it depends on when his chip, I guess, goes over the line, I'm assuming. I don't know, but he ended up coming second. Like, he's an absolute weapon. So it's a long race. Think about it, right? We're out there for, well, I'm out there for 54 minutes, let's just say, on a good day, right? 54 minutes. Like, that should tell everyone that it is a long race, number one. It is more an aerobic effort than anything else. No matter what you say about the sleds, it's still an aerobic effort. So in his eyes, probably like giving 20 seconds or whatever didn't really matter. And it didn't, because he came second.
Well, you don't think his chip started until he crossed the finish line? He doesn't.
Right? I've got a feeling I'm wrong there. I've got a feeling the chip would have started.
You think they say go and everyone's clock starts? It's not when you cross.
Correct. No,
wow.
with us, yes. With us, 15, we say go and the clock starts for everyone. I'm pretty sure.
Then that's wild that he let people get 20 seconds ahead. That's wild.
Yeah.
And to have a great time, you have to have a perfect race. Like, you can't have a shoe come untied or lose your water bottle. Like, every second counts to have if you're going for a world record.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's like, and we talk about how, like, even if you're 1% off, if you wake up poorly, like, you could be 1% off, and that could be like the difference between a 54 to a 56, and that could be 5-6 places, you know.
Well, have you ever had any equipment malfunctions, pushing your sled and something falls apart, or the timer turns off on your erg or something like that?
I've had one where the ski erg, I was about to, like, I ran into the ski erg, which is the first station, and my right ski erg handle was wrapped around the wrong way, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And I started to pull and it just didn't come down. So it literally cost me 3 seconds, because all I had to do was wrap it back around. But that's the only thing that's, touch wood, that's the only thing that's happened poorly with me. Apart from that, mate, like, nothing major has really gone wrong. Like malfunctions or anything.
Hey, I was covering an event this couple weeks ago, the Crash Crucible, and a guy was pulling the erg, and if I recall right, one of the handles came off.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I mean, but they wheeled one in like within 5 seconds. They had like 3 right there backups, and they just swapped it out and brought it right back in. But hey, I heard you talking to Hiller about range of motion. Oh, not for the elite, but just for like the guys who do it once a year with all their brothers and sisters, or the people who come in the gym on the wall. And it is just with the wall balls that I've seen. Do they have any range of motion rules for those guys? The wall balls don't look like they're going. They do, even for those guys. It's not just hit the target. It doesn't look like that they're going even close to parallel. It looks like it's just hitting the target. I'm not being critical of it. Like, I don't give a fuck.
I know. And the way you just asked was a lot more polite than Hiller. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I already said the nose ring thing, so I'm a negative 30 already.
Yeah, Georgie's gonna hate you, mate. But no, just to.
She's hot. I'm just so you know. She's so hot. What are you gonna do? My audience will not my audience won't let me get away without asking about someone's nose ring. I've already made 2 minutes. I'm so hyper judgmental, so I had to do it. But go on.
So here's the thing about that, right? Hyrox has standards. We have standards, like whether it is us in the Elite 15 or the Weekend Warrior, as you just described. right? The Hiller videos that sometimes someone like him puts out, or anyone else that has put out a video where, as an example, the wall ball depth isn't to depth, that it isn't to depth. So yeah, but also like here's the thing about that, like that's just one video out of 6,000 people that end up racing on the day. Of course there's going to be someone who can't do the standard, and it's up to Hyrox to actually end up going, well, what's the protocols here? Are we actually going to go, you know what, you can't finish the race then, goodbye, like, or are they end up going to go, like, is what it is, he's not out there or she's not out there to break the world record? You know what I mean? Like, I think they end up deciding due to circumstances, right? But I'll be honest with you, like, here's another example. The CrossFit competition down the road from you probably have like waves or people that aren't doing standards either. Like, so it's just one or two videos that have gone viral, right? That have kind of just like got people thinking, oh my God, Hyrox don't have standards. But we do have strict judges and strict standards.
Have you ever been no repped?
Yeah. Yep. I've been no repped on the burpee broad jumps. I've been no repped on the wall balls. Yeah.
What's up with the burpee broad jump? Like, you shuffled your feet or something? They make you go back?
Yep, pretty much. So you can't have a stagger stance when you're about to jump.
Yeah.
It's got to be 2 feet at a time. And I've been told to come, like, it's a 5 meter penalty. So I've been told to come back 5 meters.
If you were I'm just making this shit up, but if you, like most things, if you were to go watch Murph being done at a gym, you know, like they do the Murph on holidays here in the United States, I'm guessing you would see people who don't get their chin over. They think that they did 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and 300 air squats, and not a single one of their reps was good. And I'm guessing that that's like 5% of the crowd. And I'm guessing 10% of the crowd, half their shit ain't legit. And I'm guessing 50%, like, so like, that's the thing, right? You're, and who cares? Who gives a fuck? Like, if you did fucking Murph, like, kudos to you. You know what I mean? You jumped on the bar, you gave it a fucking tug 100 times to try to get your chin over. You got but for most people, I think, and if you're going to have an event with 6,000 people, I mean, how could you possibly? I mean, you'd have to have some sort of rule in place, like, hey, if we give you more than 10 no reps, you're fucking off the course.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, which would just kill the community aspect of it. Like, I mean, it's like everyone has to do the run at the beginning and end of Murph, and everyone has to traverse that 2 miles, mile in the beginning, mile at the end, and everyone has to traverse. How far is High Rock? How far is the running?
8 kilometers. Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone has to do the 8 kilometers. Everyone's going to have to get the fucking meters on the erg. No one's getting off the erg early and shit like that, right? And everyone's going to have to make some fucking attempt at jumping in the burpees. But that being said, that is Hiller's job. I don't think he's ass pounding Hyrox as a whole. He's just he's consistent. His shtick is standard movements. You know
what? Yeah. And like, but you just nailed it. You just nailed it. There's probably a 5%. And due to the fact that 5% or those 5% of people aren't out there in the elite waves, aren't going to potentially get a world championship qualification in their age group, like Hyrox ends up going, no, we're still going to give them the opportunity to finish a Hyrox, do well, celebrate, etc. But yeah, by the way, Savan, Hiller, I love Hiller. I think the way he articulates things is very professional as well. But also, geez, he's a nice gentleman off camera as well.
Right.
He is. I'll give him that, because we see Hiller being Hiller in his videos, and I'll be honest, there's some that I hate, there's some that I love, but off camera, mate, he's a gentleman. He's an absolute gentleman.
Have you met him in person?
No. It was just that one video, but we had maybe half an hour afterwards, just chewing the fat. So, good dude.
Yeah. The tension between High Rocks and CrossFit. Well, let me start this. Do you think High Rocks is a CrossFit workout?
No,
it's not.
Well, like, no, because can I ask you, is this workout a CrossFit workout, or is it just something a workout that I just created in my head, like 5 rounds of 1 mile run and 20 dumbbell snatches and 20 box jumps? Like, is that a CrossFit workout, or is that a fitness? Is that a workout?
Okay, I hear you. So let's go back to 2010. It's 2024, but let's go back to 2010.
Yep.
Then is High Rocks a CrossFit workout?
Mm.
Do you see what I'm saying? Kind of like,
yeah,
like
sure.
I get it.
Yeah.
People are used to seeing ropes now and squatting below parallel and low carb diets and cutting out sugar and but I mean, even 10 years ago, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is valid too. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so you hodgepodge. Obviously, there were people doing. Obviously, throughout since the dawn of time, someone's been doing something that you could point to and say, "Yep, that's CrossFit, right?" The guy who was fucking moving rocks as fast as he can between point A and point B to his cave was doing CrossFit, right?
It's just that Greg Glassman has come out over the last, let's just say, 20 years. Or not only Greg, but CrossFit as a whole has just kind of taken the fitness world by storm. Let's call it the fitness world by storm, that people see or hear of the workout that I just described, a 1 mile run, dumbbell, whatever, and go, oh, that is CrossFit. That is CrossFit. You know what? Some people would even think, oh my God, CrossFit actually owns that. And CrossFit owns it. But also, like, CrossFit don't own anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the CrossFit methodology. No, like the High Rocks workout isn't a CrossFit workout. It's a fitness race.
Is that your hot girlfriend there behind you, sitting down?
No,
just another hot Australian chick. Okay. Hey, what do you train CrossFit for High Rocks?
I have a lot of CrossFit components in my training, Savan, but I don't train CrossFit. No. Like, if I had to go down.
Do tomorrow. Tell me what you're going to do tomorrow. Are you going to work out anymore today?
Yeah, I've got heaps more actually.
Okay, what are you going to do? Tell me something you're going to do today.
So this morning, Tuesday, Thursdays, I have my thresholds, and I have my running thresholds in the morning. I've just completed 4 by 10 minutes at my LT1 pace, and then I've got I've got bench press today. I've got bench press and some tricep extensions, and I'm doing a heavy bench press cycle at the moment for my wall balls, actually, Savan. So I'm doing 10 by 3s today, 10 sets of 3.
Will you do incline? Will you do incline bench?
No, just straight. And then I've got a High Rocks little GPP, which is sled push, rowing, and farmer's carry.
CrossFit. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
CrossFit own that. They actually have the rights to that workout.
Go on.
then I've got a double threshold. So I've got.
Tell me the workout. Tell me the workout. That workout you're gonna do that had sled pushes.
Right.
What was the
Yeah,
what were the
so-
other pieces? Go ahead.
Yeah, so 5 rounds of
Uh-huh.
500 meter row, 50 meter sled push at High Rocks Feel. Note feel, 100 meter farmers carry with 32 kilograms each arm.
So tell me about the what was the point of telling me 50-meter feel, meaning it'll be on the same surface that you guys, and weight that you guys do high rocks?
It means that the way that I warm up is to just load up the sled and to do 5 meters or 10 meters of increasing weight to the point where I think that this weight here is how it feels on race day, as opposed to just putting 202 kilograms on the sled.
Oh.
Because every gym is different. Every carpet, every sled track is different. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You know what I like about high rocks, which is something that you said that the athletes don't talk about, but what I kind of like, because it reminds me of NASCAR, is the fact that there are different courses. And that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, it would be cool to see it even go to like places where it's raining outside. I know you all your events are inside, right?
Yeah, I think they're starting to do outside events
Running
now.
Yeah, it would be, it's kind of cool, right? Because then it's like, like there's different marathons. It was like I had Charlie Lawrence on. He's a runner, and he was talking about running the 50 or the marathon. It was marathon or 50 miler in San Francisco, and just how fucked the course is, right? And like the turns and it's just kind of cool to hear, like, there's different places, or like, sometimes at CrossFit events, like you'll see the ones in Asia and it's like run 800 meters and they're running through a maze.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think it keeps people on their toes, because if I do a race in Amsterdam and then a race in Hong Kong in 5 weeks' time, the actual layout and the course will be different. So I've got to be prepared for that, right? But yeah, so that's that workout. 500 meter row, 50 meter sled push, 100 meter farmers carry times 5. And I'm not going at a red line intensity. I'm getting through that volume. It's more about getting that workout done, as opposed to doing it for time, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And then what was the one you just said after that?
So I've got after that I've got a compromise running, like LT2 threshold session, which I'm doing 800 meter runs into wall balls. And then I've got my ski erg thresholds to finish off the day, which are 4 by 5 minute threshold efforts.
So any CrossFit workout is technically a CrossFit workout. Yeah. Right.
So any HIIT workout is technically adopted from CrossFit.
Oh, please. I don't need you to read it for me. I read it fine, James. So any CrossFit workout is HIIT.
Yeah.
Is that some PT shit?
HIIT. What high intensity interval training, hey?
Jesus Christ. If Kamal is present, I hope that, and we start censoring things full blast, I hope that's one of the first things we censor. No more use of the word HIIT. Just call it fucking.
Hey, Savan, it's interesting, and like, I'm not trying to criticize Hunter at all. Not criticize at all. He's done so much for our sport, but it's really interesting that he's kind of, if anyone's into fitness and they know High Rocks or they know CrossFit, and you say High Rocks, everyone knows Hunter, right?
Right.
But it's actually like interesting that Lauren Weeks, who is she placed second at the World Championship last year, but she has got 6 or 7 titles, like big titles more than him, which is interesting, because Hunter obviously is High Rocks, or people think that, right? But when it comes to, like, in my eyes, who, I don't know, like, how to say this, but if you think about, like, who, if you think about like
This chick right
CrossFit,
here. This chick right here.
Lauren Weeks, that's her there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So she's got like 6 or 7 like big titles when it comes to like world champs or major races compared to Hunter. And like that's not me criticizing Hunter at all. It's just people think Hunter is Hyrox when like Lauren's got like 5 or 6 titles on him, which is interesting. Like, and it might just be because of Hunter being the personality that he is as well. So
let me ask you this about her. So was she? It says CrossFit level 2. So I'm guessing she's a trainer at a CrossFit gym or was. And then
she was, yeah.
Okay. And she's a mom. Is she competing? Oh, this is what I was gonna ask. Did the one is she hot? Yeah, she's hot. Thank you, Matt Burns, for asking the important questions.
She's super fit. I did doubles with her the other day and I could not keep up with her.
Did the women's division take longer to develop? Was the men's division developing? Did it develop faster than, because that happened in CrossFit and now it's not like that. Now you never know what you're gonna get. You could show up to any competition and you don't know what's gonna be the stronger division.
The answer to that is due to Hunter, yes. And I'll be honest with you, due to Hunter being who he is and what he's done in the past, I think people have been recognize the male field in the past more than the women, but now to be honest, now it's definitely on par, if not the women. Like, I think the women get, I personally think it's on par because of the talent and the fitness in the women's field now.
What is she? What is she? Where does she live? Do you know?
Salt Lake City.
Okay, she's not Australian. I think Hunter told me to have her on.
She's great, man. She's absolutely great. And
Hunter told me to have you on too, by the way.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Oh, look, there she is.
Him.
I just want to say I'm listening and appreciate you, James Kelly.
Oh, thank you, Lauren.
There you go. Damn, damn, she's done it all.
Yeah, she's a weapon. And obviously, as you can tell, like she's competed. I think she's CrossFit Games regionals. Obviously, that has done a lot of Spartan and trail and ultra running. Hyrox world champ.
And coming from lifeguard competitions, they always make fucking great CrossFit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to go back here and see if there's any. I wonder if oh, look, and she's done stuff with the Buttery Bros.
Yep. Yeah.
Is she still in it? Is she still active?
Yeah. Yeah. She won in Amsterdam. She won the women race in Amsterdam two weeks ago, and then she's coming to Hong Kong in 2 weeks time or 3 weeks time.
I wonder what gym this is. Yeah, so she's a Utah girl. She probably knows Heber and Marge. I wonder how long she's been
Utah, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how long she's been how many years she been doing it? You said she has 6 or 7 years?
Yeah, no, I think she's done it for 4 or 5 out of the 7 years that Hyrox has been around. But she's got like every title under the sun. Let's just say.
Does she have a nemesis, or has she been dominant like Hunter?
She's been dominant. She's been the utmost dominant athlete that we've ever had. She came second at the World Champs last year to Meg Jacoby. Have you heard of Meg Jacoby?
I have heard that name.
She's another American athlete who won last year. So there's, it's not just Lauren going out there and going out for a Sunday stroll. She's got to throw down to win, and she did that in Amsterdam. She won by about 45 seconds, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the women's field's interesting because it has always been Lauren and Meg, but and then kind of everyone else. But now it's kind of like the other girls are catching up as well, which is great.
Hey, do you coach any people doing high rocks?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Are you interested?
No, but thank you. I mean, I'm interested in your coaching, but I'm just I'm not for myself.
Yeah, I've got 100 and I actually got 142. I saw it this morning. 142 athletes on my books now.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I've got 18 1-to-1s, and everyone else is on a program that I offer. Yeah, so it's going well actually. It's going really well.
And are they predominantly Australians?
No, I've got half like Australian and then the UK. I've got a big following in England. So, and then I've got a chunk from America actually, which is good. But yeah, so no, that's gone really well, and that's pretty much my full-time gig now.
Does Hunter sign up for your training so he can peep what you're doing and get ideas? Because I know that the athletes here do that in the States in CrossFit. They'll check each other's all their.
Do you think they actually do that? I don't think they would.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I bet you every single athlete knows what Mayhem is doing. I bet you every single CrossFit Games athlete subscribes or gets Mayhem training sent to them, and Proven and HWPO. I think they all do that. They're all peeping each other. They're checking out. And from the guys I know who sell training, they'll tell me about athletes who purchase their training. They'll be like, "Oh shit, this guy, is this athlete, but he just purchased my training."
Right.
I mean, I can't blame them. That I would do that. I would do that. If I was Hunter, I would purchase your training and see what's going on. What it's not unethical.
Not at all, but also I'm like in my head that like, yeah, but also it's like, well, anyone can have the training, and anyone can have, like, let's just say you get the best program out there for high rocks. Like, that doesn't mean anything. You've still got to do the work. Right. So what I'm saying is like grab it if you want. Yeah. I probably would I'd never do that though, personally. Because like I'm like, no, I just want to focus on myself, right?
You wouldn't watch any of Hunter's blogs that, like, if he put out a video and says my 13 weeks training prior to High Rocks World Championships, you wouldn't watch that? No,
like, of course, like that's how I got into High Rocks, right? Like I just loved seeing what he was doing. Now I'll be honest, and I'm not afraid to say it. Now I don't, because what's the point of watching what other people are doing, like, when I've got my own kind of plan to go towards, right? And also, as I said, man, like Hunter, I'll give him credit, because he's an animal, and the way he trains, as I said at the start, like, wish me luck if I had a crack at what he does, because I don't think I could do what he does. And kind of like the level, or like the training kind of blocks that he does, if that makes sense, it's totally different to what I do.
Can people watch High Rocks live?
Yeah.
And can they track it?
YouTube,
yeah, go ahead.
If you go on YouTube, the last Amsterdam race was live, and it was like commentated. There was commentary. They're really pushing out a lot more content and a lot more like live coverage of events as well, which is what you need, right? Because That's the only way you're going to grow the sport is
I mean, Spartan grew huge. Spartan grew huge, and they didn't. I don't think they covered their events, right?
Yeah, true. But also, as we all know, like you can have the best kind of race or sport if you're not producing the content and marketing and advertising. There's no point in it, right?
Yeah. The new world champion High Rocks Elite 15 men highlights 776,000 views.
That's pretty big, isn't it? Right? Like,
dude, that's crazy.
That's massive.
Dude. Yeah, that's massive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Elite men starting list: Hunter McIntyre, James Kelly, Ryan Kent, Bo Willis. Oh shit, they really do cover it. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, you should check this out, man. Yeah, and it's commentated and everything.
God, that's beautiful. Oh, look, there's Heber. I saw Heber in a shot.
Yeah. Those boys were there.
Yeah, there he is. Wow, this is cool. This is the one. This is the one where you took third.
This is the one I took third. Yeah.
Are you gonna win it, James?
Yeah. That's the plan, mate. It's going to be tough, but that's the plan.
Anything else you want to add? You want to talk politics at all?
I was going to say I would love to know what your thoughts are on what's happening. What's going to happen?
I think that your country and the rest of the country should be watching very closely, because if the United States falls, we got a fucking real big problem on our hands. And,
absolutely.
The censorship here is fucking really, really strong, and it's being rolled out just the way all the other regimes that took over their countries rolled out. They say that they're fighting for equality and that they call the other side exactly what they are themselves, and it's fucking wild, man. They'll say anything, and unfortunately, for the most part, it is the weak. It is the weak versus the strong. You know what I mean? I mean the general stereotypes, and the weaker, they're speaking from a place of like deep fear, and they're like cats backed into a corner, and they'll try to win by any means necessary: violence, cheating, scraping, censorship. It's crazy, dude. I had my channel pulled down for a fucking week for saying that fitness and diet are the best things you could do for your health. And the WHO, because that doesn't follow WHO guidelines, World Health Organization guidelines.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't have enough knowledge and understanding to comment on the American kind of political game at the moment, but it looks hostile. I mean, I'm actually listening to Trump's audiobook, like his biography at the moment.
Yeah.
And man, he's a different species, isn't he?
Yeah, he's totally different. People are having trouble accepting him. That's for sure. I was one of those people also, but the American people got to get past whatever issues they have with him, whatever like character expressions of character or human behavior that they see that they don't like. They better get on board with policy, because it's crazy here.
Yeah.
It is truly. I mean, I'm in the Bay Area in California, and California's just gone to shit. It's like all of our big cities have turned into like basically third world countries. And there's sectors of them that are just really fucked. I mean, San Francisco has fallen apart. I mean, our biggest department stores, we've had, you know, all the drug stores, grocery stores, everything is either closed down or has bulletproof glass everywhere to stop stealing. It is fucking bizarre here. Now, of course, we're a massive country, so most of the country doesn't see it, right? But there are these 5 or 6 major cities that are just have turned into fucking Tijuana. You know what I mean? Mexico.
Right. But
And
like, just like, why is that happening though? Like, that's not to do with the election coming up though, or is it?
no, because so there was this. So basically, it all comes down to this one thing. We had the George Floyd riots happen. Basically, this officer Derek Chauvin put his knee on someone's neck, and there was a dispute on whether he killed him or not, or the guy died of a drug overdose. And it was in clear, whatever you think that happened, the guy had 3 times the lethal dose of fentanyl in his bloodstream. So if they would have found him at home, it would have been considered an overdose. The media and the president of the United States at the time and all of those people politicized it, and it became completely taboo. I mean, literally in the greatest expression of it, it became completely taboo to say anything about anyone who was doing anything violent or stealing, especially black people.
Right.
And then from there, it went to now black people have been left in the dust. They're not even the protected class anymore. Now it's like it's like men who want to be women are the protected class. Like it's just shifting to more and more abnormalities. And there's this whole group of people in this country who want to protect anyone or anything for any reason that seems to be getting hurt. You know what I mean? So if you had some man raping a woman in a bathroom and we beat him up, they would come after us because we picked on the tranny.
And
it's fucking, it's like a court case started in New York City where there was a guy on a subway. It started yesterday. A guy on a subway was screaming, "I'm going to kill all you people." And a Marine grabbed him and choked him and held him on the ground for 15 minutes. And when he let him go, the guy was dead. And all the witnesses were like, "Hey, dude, this guy said he was going to kill us. He was just holding him until the fucking police got here." And the guy's being fucking charged for murder.
Wow.
It is. So what's happening is, you know, all the people who were like, yeah, we have to protect all black people, they're on board with that. But then all of a sudden they're letting men in women's bathrooms and getting raped. And they're like, whoa. Like people are waking up as they're pushing this extreme more and more. Like in California, if you are an illegal alien and you rape a child, we're not allowed to deport you because we're a sanctuary city. Even though if you're an illegal alien, we have a law to protect you that we can't deport you. Is that fucking insane or what?
Yeah.
That doesn't even seem real, right?
It just doesn't.
That's the most powerful fucking landmass on planet Earth, California. That's what we're living under right now, and it's so it's fucked up. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going towards November 5th.
Yeah. Well, look. Yeah. Best of luck, and I hope. I don't know what to say about it because I don't know as much as probably you do, mate.
Well,
but
you guys have a lot of this. You guys have the same shit happening there, right? More and more.
Yeah, we do, mate.
Just creeping in. It's like, whoa. I'm compassionate to a certain level, but like that dude can't be in the bathroom with my daughter.
Very woke, man, and yeah, it's an interesting world, but I try to steer clear of it as much as I can, right? You know, like, and I'm sure you do as well, you know, and especially having 3 boys, I'm assuming, mate, I don't have any kids yet, but geez, I'm like, not hesitant, that's not the right thing to say, but man, like, bringing up kids in this day and age must be tough because they probably hear things at school or even just on the streets, and they probably question everything because they are kids and they should, but also like they don't know what's right or wrong either. And
you can't send your kids to school in the United States. I don't send my kids to school. I'm raising my own kids.
Right. Yeah.
Because they'll say shit to them that's like completely ridiculous. They'll tell them the Sasquatch is real. The Bigfoot is real, and I don't want anyone telling my kid Bigfoot is real. And then 2 years later, they'll be studying his breeding habits. And like, it's like, wait a second, it's not even real. Now you're studying its breeding habits. It's like, nah. Hey, if you're interested in, trust me, it's the best thing that you could ever do.
Yeah.
Pull the goalie and
One
get
day.
that beautiful girl pregnant. Just cover her and baby batter.
That's the plan, Savan. That's
right.
the plan, mate. Good to talk, man. We'll talk soon, hey?
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking
Always.
time out of your busy schedule, and we'll chat again soon.
Thanks, mate. Talk soon.
All right, ciao. I have to pee. I drank a cup of coffee for this. I think I have seen the movie U-Turn. The fact that parents act differently is all you need to know. Yeah, I think he opened up a door that maybe he didn't want to open. But another thing is the fact it's crazy that people don't speak up. More people aren't speaking up. It's just crazy how scared people are. I understand. I understand not wanting to lose your job. Coffee at 7:30. Yeah, I know. Because this he was at I like James a lot, but James is actually he's pretty high energy. When I text with him and exchange text with him, he's pretty wild. He's cantankerous. I thought he was going to be a little more edgy, and so I was like, hey, I just can't come in here. I was dragging ass this morning. I'm like, I can't come in here dragging ass like I did this morning. So I was like, fuck, I better drink a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? Hey, how about listen, if you're not a UFC fan and you want to be a UFC fan, I'm going to show you something to watch. Go watch YouTube. I'm going to show you what to watch here. Cuz this weekend something's crazy is going on, and something's pretty there's a crazy fight this weekend, and you want to watch it. But on Friday, Darian Weeks and Tyson Bagent are coming on at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time together, and we're going to talk about the show. And I am so fucking excited. So there's two. If you've never watched the UFC before, there's two things you want to do. Yeah, UFC. Kind of. UFC Party at the House, kind of. I'll explain that in a second. So you want to type in UFC embedded, this vlog, right? And start at 1. But there's actually, where's the there's a 48-minute show. It's so fucking good. Well, maybe if I go to videos. Where's the 48-minute? Oh, UFC Countdown. This is what you want to watch right here. This is what you want to watch. They do this for every UFC, all the big shows. So once a month they make one of these.
Abu Dhabi. The crown jewel of the United Arab Emirates.
The crown jewel.
And the epicenter of combat sports in the Middle East.
Every time.
And then basically they'll walk you through all the characters.
I'm a fighter since I was born. Fighting.
I am a fighter ever since I was born. This guy's name is the Matador. From Spain. Anyway, he's fighting Max Holloway from Hawaii, who's the fucking coolest dude ever. Anyway, that's you should watch that UFC 308 countdown full episode first, and then you should watch the vlogs, and you should do that you should do that tonight and tomorrow, if you're not watching Dexter. You guys want to talk about Dexter season 3? And then on Friday, Tyson Bagent and Darian will come on, and we'll talk about the card. I'm so pumped. So normally my kids train on Saturday morning over at the gym. But we have a big jiu-jitsu room here at the house, so they will the instructor will the fight start at 7 a.m. but the main card's at 11 a.m. so it's 4 hours of just prelims. So basically the instructors will come over here probably at 9. The kids will train till 10:30. We'll have a TV on in the room showing the prelim fights, and then we'll order a shitload of brisket, and everyone will get around the big 90-incher and we'll watch the fights. So that's the plan. The Matador. Yeah, Trina, the Matador. Rogue with the Sevon podcast. I noticed it's putting on a lot of Instagram followers. It's going to pass me soon. Going Rogue. Going Rogue. Going Rogue. Going Rogue with Sevon. Booyah, Kasha. Almost 3,000 followers. Jeez. How hot is this chick? What was her name again? Not Bailey Rail.
Obviously, you're going to run. You're going to push and run. You're good at that.
Brittany Weiss.
You knew what you had to do on the deadlifts. Where were you on the burpees?
I pushed the pace on the burn.
Is she going to Rogue? I need to have some Rogue. Are there any Rogue athletes that will still come on this show? Who can? Is there a list of? Let me see. Rogue. Rogue. Rogue Invitational. Let's see if there's any. Tickets, schedule, price, purse, partnerships. Here we go. This chick's going to Rogue. Taylor Williamson, Road to the Invitational. Oh, Scott Panchik will come on. Oh, Saxon Panchik. I should invite Pat on just to see what happens. BKG might come on. Jason might come on. Ariel might come on. Oh, Ricky might come on. Alexis might come on. Oh, Guzan might come on. All right. So there's a few that might still come on. I'm going to watch all this. We're going to do post shows for all that. You could probably get Williamson on. She's been on before. I think things are good with her. Is she competing at Rogue? What is she doing there?
I love it.
In one word, a psychopath.
That's her boyfriend, right?
The field at Rogue is stacked.
Come on now.
Oh, she must have qualified through the online qualifier. Dude, wouldn't that be crazy if she fucking won Rogue? That would be fucking nuts. That would be awesome. Yeah, her husband, whatever. Husband, boyfriend, it's all the same shit to me. Right? My nose is running. I wish I had Kleenex. You guys know my rule about no Kleenex back here, right? I blow my nose in the exerciser. Oh no. Oh no. I wonder if Darian knows. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Fuck. That's awesome. Darian's in. What is this? Have you guys seen this new Instagram account? What is this? WPTH. What is this? The CrossFit Crash affiliate program. We prefer the hate. Oh. I'd like to be an affiliate. I would like to be an affiliate. I wonder what JR is doing here. Holy shit, 490 followers already? Oh, you think that's what it is? You think it's wow, the premiere of J.R. Howell programming. Wow. I didn't even let me see. CrossFit Crash affiliate program. Oh, programming. Oh, affiliate program. Oh shit. That makes what I wrote makes no sense. All right, fuck it. What do I care? I don't need I'm not doing anyone else's programming. I program for myself. Chuck Carswell was live today on the CrossFit YouTube station. That's pretty cool, right? That's really cool. Chucky.
They ask him about the support that Trump has, and Obama's response is, Trump didn't actually do anything for his base because all he did was roll back government regulation. All he's doing is cracking down on federal government.
He's torn some stuff down. There's no law that he's passed that is transformative in this country. You can't name a piece of legislation that he's done that has actually changed the country, even for his own constituency. So it's always easier to tear down than build up.
That is the very essence of doing things for people, is rolling back regulation, coming down on bureaucracy. If you want Americans attached at the hip to the government, then sure, have the government step in to every nook and every cranny, give government unfettered access to literally every single thing, and you'll be successful. But if you want genuine American progress, genuine American freedom, if you want production, then the way you do it is by rolling back government regulation and government overreach. They're interviewing Obama. They ask him about.
Yeah, I need that hat. Shadow Jackson Plumbing. Taylor needs that hat. That's an awesome fucking hat. Taylor, you need this hat. God, what a fucking cuck Obama is. That's a dope hat. Guy's a plumber. If you don't follow him, you should. It's a fucking great account. Chado Jackson. Chado. God, I have so much shit that I've. I'm just showing this is like shit I never thought I would show. It's just late. I should be inside with my family. Instead I'm fucking around.
Paying attention to what's happening in Scotland right now, where a law has just been passed, and in Ireland, where they're considering a similar law. These are what's called the new blasphemy laws. You might see them in third world countries play out differently, but here in Western democracies, they're called hate speech laws. And Ireland has said the quiet part out loud, which is that they shouldn't define what hate speech is, because that would limit the amount of prosecutions they can have under the law. Most of the governments in the Western democracies around the world have religious freedom and free speech guarantees in their governing documents, but they're not worth the paper that they're written on when activists and judges are able to come in and gut those protections, and when citizens are too apathetic to stand up for their rights, to insist on their enforcement. The United States is the last Western country in the world that is resisting this type of government censorship. Do you taste the bitter fruit of lies in our culture? Because when laws embrace those lies, what we know comes is injustice, misery, and human suffering.
Dude, don't think it's not fucking coming. It's coming where you're going to say, I love Christians, and it's going to be considered hate speech against Arabs. Don't think it's not coming. Oh, put the sunglasses on. You're right. Sorry. Thank you, Barry. Don't think it's fucking not coming. It's coming. It's coming. That whole thing, hate speech, defining hate speech, it's going to become offensive to say, I love straight men. That's going to offend someone. Look it's already like that. Socially, it's already like that. You can't say I love being white. White. I love white. I love white chicks. I love white guys. I love white dick. It's already like you can't say it. I like pink vagina. I guess that's race neutral. High Rocks is CrossFit. Yeah, hate speech. Jesus. It's coming. If we're not careful, like that, we're already there socially. You know what I mean? We're already there. We're already there. The good thing is that the script has been flipped on black people. Like some of them were okay with it when like they were part of the protected class, and now that they're falling down, like, you know what I mean? Like the trannies and shit are like surpassing them on the victim. They're like waking up more and more, and then as soon as all it's gonna take is someone's fucking. You just gotta wait till your daughter. You gotta wait till your daughter either gets raped in a fucking bathroom or till your boy turns 15 years old and he fucking hates you because you let him take hormone blockers when he's 13, and then slowly people will change. But man, oh man. Oh, look at this. I wonder what this was about. This is old. I'm just going through old notes. Vaki. This might shock you. I really enjoy the 2024 CrossFit Games, catching up with friends. I only get to see once a year, doing what I love, taking photos and being creative, and most of all, watching my Aussie friends achieve their dreams and winning the games. I also thought about Lazarus' family and close friends often. I had moments during this weekend when I felt heavy, knowing the pain they were going through. It made me appreciate those around me a lot more, that's for sure. For me to think Lazarus or the Jukic family cared at all about whether I went home Thursday, kept working the weekend, smiled, or cried is crazy to me. What they are going through is well beyond any decision I make or feelings I'm experiencing. When tragedy strikes, reacting is never a good option. Reflecting is a better choice. The truth will come out. Let's hold back with accusations, finger pointing, and blaming. Lazarus, I didn't know you, but learning that you called Jesus your Lord and Savior brings me joy. I look forward to getting to know you in paradise. All right. Oh, look, Justin, Shannon Medeiros, Matt Fraser, Jake Douglas. Oh, that's a fucking really cool shirt Matt's wearing. Matt looks great there. Oh, he was probably working. Oh, is that James Newberry? He was at the games? Was he an individual? Anyway, all right. You guys want to just keep going through old notes that are just like old and like they should have been shown months ago? What's this I have? I have something on Tyson Bagent. Let's see. Oh, James won the team comp. Oh, shit. Congratulations, James. He won with Cara Saunders. Oh, that's awesome. Cara and Khan. Who is the other chick? They had 3 dudes. Is Tyson single? I don't think so. I think he's dating some girl he knew when he was 13 or something. I don't know. That could just be a rumor. I don't know. Well, let's ask him.
The first play he was in there, he fumbled the toss play. Yep. His hands, he's got to tighten up his game a little bit more. Let's see if he can be sharper today.
He's lined up on the near side as the outside receiver. Bagent floats it down the sideline. Touchdown, Pettis again. They team up for another touchdown.
That's textbook. Beautiful read, no hesitation. You got to like this room, this quarterback room of the Chicago Bears. Tyson Bagent even shows improvement from last year. That's quick on a fade route from the slot in a perfect spot by Pettis. Now, he knew right away as soon as he stepped back where he was going.
And look at that. That's Lance Robinson, a rookie out of Tulane, who was pretty tight on Pettis. That ball had to go to one spot. Bagent hit it
twice. I think both touchdown throws, he's thrown it to a spot.
Oh, Tyson. Good dude. I got another link that says Tyson Bagent. Let me see this one. Oh, it says, sorry, this page is unavailable. That was probably nudes of him. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be a big fuck you to Christoph. What would? Oh, you think Tyson and Gabby? Oh, can you hook Tyson and Gabby up? Oh shit! Wow. I think Gabby's had her fill of me. I think she did kill Taylor, and she doesn't want to get too close to the sun. You could get burned. Harris campaign mandating COVID vaccine to work for her. So in order to work for Kamala Harris, you have to be updated on your 7th booster. Vice President Kamala Harris' presidential campaign is mandating the COVID vaccine for those interested in working for her. On the official presidential website for Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tampon Tim, under the option Work for Us is a list of job opportunities with the campaign. The individual jobs pages contains a list of responsibilities and qualifications, and underneath those is a paragraph about being vaccinated. Harris for President requires all employees be up to date on COVID-19 vaccination status as prescribed by the CDC as a condition of employment unless otherwise prohibited by applicable law. What a fucking cunt. What a fucking cunt. I'll throw in there with Noble and Todd Medley and all those fucktards that work for fucking Noble and anyone who pushed fucking Noble. How about fuck you, you scumbags? I'm gonna look up what the current vaccine COVID. What's the word I want to put in there in Google? Current COVID vaccine. What's the word? Someone help me. What's the word? What was the word she if you're all caught up, that's not right. Caught up on your boosters. I'll just current vaccine COVID guideline. Help me out, Bernie. What's the word I want to Google? Oh, schedule. CDC schedule. CDC schedule. Is that what it is? Is that what I want to put in? Vaccine recommendations by age, official COVID website. Vaccine ingredients. Like I fucking believe you. Everyone ages 6 months and older should get 2024-2025 COVID-19 vaccine. The COVID-19 vaccine helps protect you, blah, blah, blah. Who needs a COVID vaccine? What's the importance of staying up to date? Like what booster are they on? Oh, here we are. Schedule. Children 6 months to 4 years. Holy shit. At 6 months, your kid should get 2 doses of the Moderna and 3 doses of the Pfizer. Is anyone really doing that? From 5 to 11, they should get 1 dose. People 12 years and older should get 1 dose this year. What booster are we on? Holy shit, I better get off this before I fucking lose my account again. When did you cut your hair? What do you mean? I cut my hair live when I was in Newport. I don't know, 2 weeks ago? A month ago? Fucking nuts. I better stay away from all the COVID talk. I should donate money to PragerU. I fucking use so many of their fucking clips. Or they should give me money for showing them.
Unpopular opinion, but systemic racism is a problem. Let's talk about it. In 2021, the largest public U.S. companies hired over 300,000 people. And of those new hires, only 6% of them were white. Apple recently opened up their Entrepreneur Camp applications only for female, Black, Hispanic, Latinx, and Indigenous developers, explicitly excluding whites and Asians. And not only is Apple openly violating the Civil Rights Act, but the liberal media is actually applauding it, saying that corporate America promised to hire a lot more people of color, and it actually did. Because nothing says equity like telling a Black person they got the job because of the color of their skin. I find it pretty ironic.
Holy shit. Only, what was it? The top 5 biggest companies in the United States have hired 300,000 people this year, and only 6% of them have been white.
How much the left talks about systemic racism, but doesn't seem to realize that what they're describing is a system they created called DEI. Unpopular opinion, but systemic racism is a problem. Let's talk about it. In 2021, the largest public US companies hired over 300,000 people. And of those new hires, only 6% of them were white.
So that was 2021. Apple launched an entrepreneur camp, and you have to be female, Black, Latinx, or indigenous. No whites or Asians. Doesn't that even just sound just like not even possible? That's why it's okay, by the way. That's why it's okay to ask someone if they got their job. Kamala's a DEI hire. I mean, Biden admitted that, and Ketanji Jackson or Brown or whatever her name is on the Supreme Court, and the senator for California, that chick, those were all DEI hires. Gavin Newsom said that he's going to hire a black woman. That's why it's okay to ask someone if they're fucking anything besides a white dude. Did you get the job? Because whatever, say it, because you're a chick or you're black or because you're a dude that likes dick in his mouth. It's like totally fine to ask that. Not because it's appropriate, but because it's real. I'm just cruising right now. I'm going through all sorts of fucking old clips. This is good.
Walls shut down only some of the businesses. The essential businesses got to stay open. So we opened up immediately within 24 to 48 hours. The state came down on us with a vengeance, just trying to serve a cup of coffee to a willing customer. And they said, nope, you can't do that. 5 civil cases and 2 criminal cases were thrown at me. There have been near 100,000 levied against me in fines, fees, etc. I went to court. I was not allowed to present my defense in a court of law. I was found guilty. While I was in jail, I missed out on Christmas with my family, my wedding anniversary, the birth of one of my grandchildren. My business is gone. Tim Walz destroyed my business, wrecked my life. There was no statute. There was no law that allowed Governor Walz to do what he did. I've heard some people say that Tim Walz is a real nice guy. He's not. Take my word for it. Governor Walz shut down only some of the businesses.
How do they call Republicans fascist when there's stories like this? It's fucking nuts. Oh shit, I should have asked James Kelly. I should have asked James Kelly if he wants me to send him an exerciser. Does Fit Aid fuck with High Rocks athletes? Oh, this is going to be good. I can tell already. Someone's got a mask. I don't even know what this video is, but someone's got a mask on. It was in my notes. Here we go.
Particularly concerned that the harsher penalties proposed in this bill will disproportionately impact marginalized communities, especially members of the LGBTQ community.
What you just heard was a specific group claiming that if California makes it a felony to buy a child for sex, it would have a very negative impact on them. And you know what's even more sick than that is the fact that the California Department of Finance just came out in opposition to this bill. Why? They say it's too expensive to be putting away all the predators.
This is what I was just explaining to James Kelly. This is exactly what I was explaining to him. They want to pass a law. They wanted to pass a law in California that would make it so fucking if you're a sexual predator, they fucking make the crimes, especially towards children, that the crime would have more severe penalties. And these fucking idiots from the fucking, it's not the LGB community, it's the TQ plus ZYZ community, are saying, hey, it would disproportionately affect us. Isn't that admission that your group is child predators?
You can't make this up. On top of that, two committees, the Assembly Public Safety Committee and the Senate Public Safety Committee, amended the bill to change it from its original form. Originally, it would have made it so that a person convicted of this act would have to register as a sex offender for 10 years and would have had to have been in prison for 2 to 4 years on top of facing a $25,000 fine. But they've changed this so that instead, this doesn't protect 16 and 17-year-olds. It doesn't make it a felony to do that to them. But also, if you do end up doing it to someone that's 15 and under, it can be charged as a wobbler, either a felony or a misdemeanor. Our state is run by sick pedos, and our governor hasn't even come out and condemned all this. Shameful.
We are particularly concerned that the harsher penalty.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. Barry McCogner, if you are a shit performer but a DEI candidate, you still keep your job so the board can say, look how diverse we are. Yeah. An acquaintance of mine who is a firefighter was doing firefighter training, and during the training, one of the people he was training with, who was a DEI hire, did something that's an automatic fail. It involved a burning building scenario. And when they reported it, they said, hey, normally, they said, so that person automatically fails? And they said, no. And the exact words they used, that person falls under the protected class for a firefighter. It only hurts. It hurts. It only hurts everyone. Those people, those firefighters still got to run in and get trannies and you know, whatever, and black people and Mexicans and Asians, and they got to get everyone. It only hurts everyone. It only hurts everyone. Titties.
Does a baby get from breast milk?
First of all, it gets cholesterol, which is not in the formula. Babies absolutely need cholesterol.
But people think that cholesterol is bad.
Cholesterol is essential for the baby. You know, little boys make testosterone at levels of an adult male until they're 6 months old. And that programs them to express male characteristics in puberty. What is testosterone made out of? Made out of cholesterol.
Did you hear that? Babies need cholesterol, boy babies, in order to make testosterone so that they can express their male characteristics. There isn't cholesterol found in baby formula. I wonder if that's true. That's crazy.
All the hormones are made out of cholesterol. And if that baby doesn't get cholesterol and can't make those hormones, or if the bloodstream is being flooded with estrogens from soy formula, what's going to happen at puberty? Might not go as it's supposed to go. And I don't think any parent wants that
Like
for their
people
child.
use this on the internet as like a slang term or an insult. They say that we have a generation of men who are soy boys. Have you seen that?
Soy-fed babies tend to have, when they get to be adults, they have a hard time completing projects, completing tasks. They're not as focused as a man or a woman should be. And that's a terrible.
What does a baby get from?
Did she say puberty? Yeah, I heard that too. Puberty. Crazy. Well, that explains what happened to me. I don't think I was breastfed. I recommend. No, I'm just not going to say that. Never mind. I was going to say something. I could catch myself. Oh, here we go. Oh shit, not available. Okay, fine. I have one note here that says Tom Brady. Here we go. Tom Brady. He was a quarterback, right? Like the best ever or something.
Tell this story about my parents. When I had these dreams of being a professional quarterback, you know, or even go to college to play, my parents were there to say, go for it. Like there was no, hey, maybe you should think about, you know, let's have plan B, or I don't know, that's really hard, or, you know, I don't know, there's a lot of people that want to do those things, and you should really try something that's, you know, maybe less risky. You know, I was all in on that. Maybe that was a little bit naive, but there was no plan B for me. And I had parents that fully supported that. So when I wanted to go to batting cages at night because I wasn't hitting the ball the way I wanted to in baseball, my dad was there, rolled up his sleeves, took me there. You know, we took batting practice for 30 minutes and we drove home and we talked the whole way home about, did you see that, Dad? And I hit that one great. And then when I wanted to go learn to be a better quarterback, we'd go to a football camp and he'd track down there with me and he was saying, go for it, son. You got this. You know, you're going to be in there. And my mom, God bless her, you know, I was like the slowest player that ever ran at the combine, like ever in history. You can look it up. And my mom would be like, honey, you're so fast. Record. You're so fast, honey. And I'm like, Mom, I'm slow. It's okay. No, trust me, you're fine out there. So that's just what unconditional love and support can do for you as a child. That don't ever, you know, I always tell parents, don't ever tell your kids they can't do something. Just you don't know what they can do. Yeah. I always tell this story about my parents.
That being said, there's fucking, you know, there's the other story too. Someone said they can't. And that's what caused the kid to do it. Who knows? Mr. Beast, DEI hire, woman paralyzed, Vermont, Jordan Peterson, black culture, men beating women, illegal migrants in New York. Kamala's a race baiter. It's not okay to DM somebody and say you look sexy when you're oh, okay. Here, how about this? What's this? Oh, Goob. Here we go. Oh.
How you doing? We just got a friendly PSA here. It involves this guy, Matt. We're going to talk about brands that reach out to me and ask me to work for them and maybe some do's and do nots. Actually, we're just going to talk about some do nots. So this here is Matt. Matt last year attempted to get me to promote his product, Combat Kratom, for free, and I could get some monetary kickbacks. Now note the date. This is January 27, 23. And then he hit me up again in October. I never saw this message or replied. Wanted to get me on a Zoom. You get the gist. So a few problems there, Matt. Did you forget sending my girlfriend this creepy-ass unsolicited DM calling her sexy? June 2013. But you're begging me to work for you for free in October. You didn't think I'd piece this shit together and figure out that you're a creep? I don't want to work for your shitty Kratom company, Matt. And besides the point, I currently work with, in my opinion, the only Kratom.
So you're not allowed to DM someone? I mean, I've never done that, but you're not allowed to DM someone and say that they're sexy? Is that you're posting pictures of yourself, of your ass and your tits on the internet, and you're not allowed to DM someone and say they're sexy? Oh, I don't know. I don't agree with that. Love me some goo, but I don't know what pictures. I don't know what his girlfriend was posting, but you're allowed to do that. Shit, that's taken down. If someone's posting pictures of themselves in bathing suits on the internet, you're allowed to text them, you look sexy. You heard it from me. Say I said so. Mike Schellenberg, violent crime rates in California are up 31% than rates in the U.S. under Gavin Newsom. No duh. California's violent crime is increasingly diverging from the national trend. As of 2022, it's 31% higher than the U.S. rate. California's violent crime rate increased by 5.7% from 468 crimes per 100,000 residents in 2021 to 495 in 2022. Jesus. It's so bad here. Do you guys remember that story I covered about the In-N-Out in Oakland that closed down? It's the only In-N-Out ever to close down, and it was hugely profitable, but there was so much fucking violence in the parking lot. like just several times every day that they closed it down. My arms look sexy. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason I wore this shirt. That's the whole reason why. The whole reason why I do this during the show is so that I can show off my only muscle that I have on my body, my forearms. All right, time to go watch Dexter. I hope my wife has some hamburger meat on the stove. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out today. James Kelly, thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got a great, fun week. Oh, shit. We need a sponsor for Kill Taylor this week. Let me know if anyone wants to be a sponsor. Bye-bye.